Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Mr. Fuzz's math class. Just so you know, we're going to spend the next few weeks going over some things we might have missed last year. So we're going to be nice and ready for the second grade material. Okay, so we're going to start with grade 1, lesson 3-6. We're going to continue to make 10 to add. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you guys may not have this paper in front of you, so I need you to really pay attention to the video, okay? Once you're done, just like we practiced, you're gonna log into your PowerSchool and then log into Envision's Math 2.0, just like we practiced. For those friends who were home when we practiced, I'm really glad to see that some of you took the time to do the activity and try to get in, and that's great. If you didn't have a chance, don't worry, because I will see you Monday, the 20th, to be able to show you if you're having a little bit of problems, okay? So here is lesson 3-6. Continue to make 10 to add. After today's lesson, boys and girls, you're going to be able to say, I can make 10 to add numbers to 20, okay? So we're going to go right to the solve and share. If you guys put, see this solve and share little symbol here, I'm sure you've seen it before. And I'm going to read it to you. It says, how can you make 10 to solve 8 plus 5? Show your work and then explain. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do, boys and girls, is we are going to write the expression here, 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5. Now, I did it kind of small, and I left a bunch of room so you can fit your drawings or your work, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to make a 10 frame. And we're going to draw a line right across. Look at mine. It's not even that great, but I'm getting it done, and a line underneath. We're going to connect those lines on the sides. There we go. And we're going to cut this down the middle in half, 2 equal parts. And then we got to put 4 lines in between to get 5 equal spaces. So there's 2 lines, 3 lines, and 4 lines. Now, is my 10 frame perfect? No. And it doesn't have to be, okay, boys and girls? You're going to draw another 10 frame underneath. 1, 2, kind of going backwards, but still the same lines, okay? And while we're doing this, I want you to remember what this tool is used for, the tens frame. It's to help us count. A lot of you guys did a nice job on that activity with the tens frame, so you guys should be really good at this. So now we have 2 10 frames, and we're supposed to find out how can you make a 10 to solve 8 plus 5. Well, boys and girls, I'm going to pick a different color. I love being able to write with this thing. It's so awesome. And let's pick orange for our first dots, okay? So I'm going to do 8 and show 8 in my first tens frame up top. I'm going to show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know I have 8 because I counted as I did it. But just to make sure, I'm going to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And what was the other part? So 8's all set, and that's an orange. Let me use another color. Let's find some fun colors here. And let's go to, let's stick with this blue. Looks fun. Actually, you know what? Let's go green. Okay. So now we're going to do the bottom tens frame, and we're going to show the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the question is, how can we make a 10 to solve? Well, boys and girls, we can move some of these guys and fill up this 10 frame. If we filled up this 10 frame, we would have not 8 anymore, but we would have 10. But where am I going to get those? These 2 guys here I'm going to cross out to show that they are no longer in this 10 frame. and I'm going to draw them up here. Okay? So you see that even though we have different color circles, we've now made a 10. So the 8 became bigger, and now we have 10. And now we're going to add whatever's left at the bottom that is not crossed out. 1, 2, 3. So now it becomes 10 plus 3. So if we count all these, then we can give an answer of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So my answer is 13. Great job. So remember, I didn't count these guys because I had crossed them out because they have moved up here, okay? They have moved up into that spot that was empty when we had 8. So now they're no longer there, so that's why I don't count them. Okay, boys and girls? So that being said, whoops, sorry about that. I can do this slower. It's my first time on video. I'm so excited. So I'm going to write down here with the little bit of space I have. Now, if you ran out of space, you can always go underneath. Anytime you're looking for space, when we have things that we write, you can write this anywhere, okay? So Mr. Fuzz is going to write this the way we're supposed to. It's kind of the same thing up here. We know that 8 plus 5 is going to equal 13. How do we know? Because we started with our numbers originally, 8 and 5, and then we took some to make a 10 from the 5, and then we ended up with 10 plus 3. Okay, that's how we make a 10 to add. And adding to 10 is a lot easier. Okay, great job. Let's go down to guided practice. That's the fun stuff. Okay, here we go. So in guided practice, boys and girls, we see that I believe her name is, oh, I forgot her name. We're gonna have to find out what her name is. Totally forgot. Mr. Fuzz, come on. So let's start in the first block. It says make 10 to help add, find the sums. So we're adding 9 plus 7 equals a question mark. Dun, dun, dun. So let's see what she's saying. I think her name is Marta. I think I just remembered. It's Marta. So Marta's saying 9 is really close to 10. How can that help you find 9 plus 7? Well, let's look here. You can use a number line to help you make 10. So let's see how she's using it. Let's see what she's saying. You can think of 9 plus 7 as 9 plus 1 plus 6, because 7 is equal to 1 plus 6. Okay? So she started with 9. She started on 9 because 9 was the first number. She took one of the ones away from the 7 and added it first. And then she had 6 left to continue doing, okay? So 9 plus 1 is 10. She made her 10, okay? And now she adds 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boys and girls, she landed on an awesome number. So let's see if that is what she got. So we're gonna think 9 plus the 1 gives me the 10. So now we took that 1 from the 7, and that leaves us 6. So we take our 10 and add the rest of the 6, and we know that 10 plus 6 equals 16, okay? So that must mean that 9 plus 7 also equals 16, okay? Now remember, I'm gonna give you a hint, boys and girls. Anytime we're in class from now on, even if we're doing second grade work, the convince me. See, nobody tells you these things, but I'm gonna, okay? Nobody tells you that the answer for all these questions in the convince me, you can find out from reading the comic strip, okay? The comic strip is the strip up top, usually with our characters like Marta, okay? So it asks, how can you make a 10 to find the sum of 7 plus 6? Well, I know that if I take 3 and I add it to 7, that's going to give me 10. Excuse me for being slanted. Now I take 10 and I've taken the 3 away from the 6. So how much do I have left over? Let's think. Easy peasy fun facts. 6 minus 3 equals 3. So I have 3 more to add. And if I add 10 plus 3, that gives me 13. And 13 is my answer. Remember, that 10 comes up here and we're not done yet. So let's take a look at guided practice. The directions say, and this is guided practice here, boys and girls, make 10 to find the sum. Remember, boys and girls, the sum is the answer to an addition problem. So let's read that again. Make 10, should say, to find the sum. Use the number line to help you. So if you can't see it, let me scroll down a little bit more. Whoop, we swapped up. There we go. There's the number line. So 8 plus 6 equals a number. Well, I know if I take 8 and add 2, I can take 2 from the 6 and get to my 10. So 8 plus 2 is 10. Then remember, that 10 comes up top, and we add what's left over from the 6. So if I took 2 away from the 6, that left me with 4 more to add. And I know that 10 plus 4 equals 14. Excellent. Let's see what happens on here. We start at 8 because that's our top number, okay? Let me get something a little darker here so it's easier for you guys to see, because honestly, Mr. Fuzz can't see it, and he's an old man. So let's see what I can get. Let's get that purple. Let's do that right there. Okay, so we're going to start at 8, and we know we're going to add how many first? We added 2 first, so we're going to go from there to there and stop on 10. So we add 2. So 8 plus the 2 equals 10. Okay, now we have to add whatever's left. How much is left when we take 2 away from the 6? We have to add the 4 from the 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just, I drew the line, but let me count it out. 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So I added 4 more steps. So we know the answer is 14. So that must mean that 8 plus 6 equals 14. And you want to see something really cool? Who can tell, well, nobody can tell me, so I'm going to tell you guys. 2 plus 4 equals what number? Think about that. What does 2 plus 4 equal? Guess what it equals? The 6. So we're using 2 to get to 10. Our job first always is to get to 10. How many steps we need to get to 10? And then we add the leftovers to get to our final answer, okay? Which is 14. So I really hope you guys liked my video. It's my first one. I'm so excited. So you can play this video as many times as you would like, okay? Until you really understand it. Please don't hesitate to play it over and over again. Once you're done here, you're going to go to you're going to go to PowerSchool. You're going to log in with your where's my camera? Let's back up. 5-digit code, and the password is 123. And then you follow the links in the directions that we gave you, and you can get to your assignments. You have to complete your assignments in order to get the work done for the day. I'm pretty sure I reminded all you guys and showed you where that was. Okay? And then there's no need to hit a check mark in Seesaw if you make sure that when you're done and you like the work you've done, you hit submit on every part of the assignments. Okay? All right, good luck. It's our first time, so I'm sure there'll be questions, but just take your time. Okay, boys and girls? Thanks a lot. See you later.